Here we have a 2015 Toyota RAV4. And this one comes in the limited trim level. That paint color is going to consist of blue crushed metallic, and the interior is going to be ash leather. And the powertrain consists of a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder made into a 6-speed automatic transmission. And that gets you 174 horsepower. As we get to the front end here, we have our halogen headlamps along with halogen fog lights. And then down here we have 18-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. And there are the controls for the power door locks, windows, and memory seats. We have our power hatch control there. And there is our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. There's our back seat. We're gonna go ahead and climb in here. And that's my leg room. I have pretty long legs being 6'3", but I like how you can still kind of hit your knees behind the back seat, and it's kind of cushy there, so it's not like having metal jarring into your kneecaps. But I tend to sit like this anyway, having longer legs, so not a problem there. There's a view of the front seat from back here. And as you can see here, the seats actually recline, which I like. Even in this model, you can recline the seats and kind of change the seating position there. And then you have your center seat that folds into cup holders there. And next onto the cargo space. So pretty good size space, and I like how it's spread out over here as well. And this is gonna be the same body style till about 2018. So all the dimensions will be similar for 15 through 18 models. And there's our passenger seat there. We're gonna go ahead and pop the hood. A little heavy. There's that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. And this engine in particular has about 75,000 miles on it, so now we're gonna go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So really comfortable leather wrapped steering wheel here. And then we have our radio over here. So we have AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. And then you can also hook up either an aux or USB. And I'll show where that is momentarily. And if you're missing that CD drive in the newer vehicles, we do have one here. There's our backup camera with guidelines. And here we have our navigation system. And down here we have our dual zone automatic climate controls. And And then down here, we have our heated seat controls and our driving modes. So we can toggle that eco mode, toggle that sport mode, and then toggle both of those off to just be in the normal driving mode. 2-stage heated seats for the driver and front passenger. And there we have that USB input and that aux input, along with the 12 volt right there. Little storage here, cup holder, another cup holder here, and then our shifter. Just hit the brake and pull, reverse, neutral, drive, and then we can slap over to manually shift there. Emergency brake. And there's our center console cubby space there. And then our power sunroof, which is one touch, so we can tilt or slide that. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. Then we have our glove compartment with owner's manuals. It's nice that this one still has them. Little storage up there, vents. And up there are those controls for the sunroof, and of course we can toggle our dome lights there. Now for the visors, you can go ahead and detach them on both sides. And then mirror there, turns that light on. And then, I can show it better on this side, you also have this that slides out if you need that extra space to block the sun. And over to our steering wheel, we can toggle track list, and then we can go through the gauge cluster if we were to have that digital one using this. And then we have volume controls. We can toggle the mode, so FM, AM, and then if we have Bluetooth hooked up, then we can hold it to mute. Then we have our Bluetooth controls here. We can change the display here. Then our cruise control, we press that and then we can set it and then toggle it up there. And there's our push button start. Finally, here's our key fob. But next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 2015 RAV4 Limited out on the road for a quick test drive. Now, I'll be talking quite a bit about this car because I did used to own a 2018 RAV4 Limited. Mine had a few less miles. Of course, with the 18, the Limited had the LED daytime running lights and the LED headlamps that were super bright. That was one of my favorite things about that car. And I will say off the bat that the brakes were not the best in terms of just the sound. And you'll notice that when I hit the brakes, as they get wear and tear on them, they still work. They just have this, the sound is just, you have to heat them up and then they're a little bit better, but it's my only complaint about it, honestly. But the 4-cylinder will get up and go, especially in sport mode. Check this out. So it has some pickup, but especially on the interstate, I would have this eco mode going, and these will easily get you 28, 29, 30 miles a gallon. But one of the reasons this is, or has been, one of the best-selling vehicles in America for so long is People just like how they drive. They're nothing special, but you have very few problems out of them. Especially for an internal combustion engine. I think I just had mine in the shop for oil changes. I never had any issues with anything else. I will say the stock stereo system is not the best, but the JBL sound system, if you get the upgraded one, is really, really nice. And I wish I would have gotten that on mine, but I bought mine pre-owned, about a year old, so. But the brakes are already, as they've heated up from where this car's been sitting, they're already not super loud like they were when I first started it. But a very no-nonsense vehicle, honestly. And of course, buying one of these pre-owned, you just want to make sure that all of the maintenance has been done in the shop that should have been done when the car was traded in or bought from the auction or whatever. And even if it isn't, if you get it for a good enough price, these aren't expensive to maintain or to repair, honestly. It's one of the many perks about them. Just very cheap to run. And one thing for me, the steering was always kind of loose. And I like sports cars, of course. I got this for my girlfriend, but she absolutely loved it. And this is the car we'd use when we go to Florida, 8-hour, 10-hour road trips. And they did really good in terms of just the support in the seats for long periods of driving and just the overall comfort in general. AC controls are easy to use. Didn't take long to heat up or cool down. And the heated seats are really, really good. And that's one of the things that you probably won't hear when you're looking at these, but the heated seats are some of the best I've ever dealt with. A lot of your vehicles these days have 3-stage, but the 2-stage, I keep it in high when I first got in the car, and then in low, still tons of heat. A lot of the times I have to toggle it after a while, but it just feels really, really nice, especially on this leather that they use in here. And just a slight rattle in the back. I don't know what that is. It could be a screw loose or whatever, but for the most part, this is a used vehicle, like I said, with 75,000 miles on it, but it's driving very well. And this will bring me to an end of my review of the 2015 Toyota RAV4 Limited.